Happy day students. Today I am going to deal with 11th standard English Unit 4 Poem 4 Macavity the Mystery Cat written by T.S. Eliot Part 3. Dear students, turn to page 130. We shall see the ERC. Question E. Explain the following lines with reference to the context. Okay, first one. His power of levitation would make fakirs stare. Reference. This line is taken from Macavity the Mysterious Cat written by T.S. Eliot. Context, you see, Macavity's power of floating in the air makes a fakir to wonder. Explanation, you see, he describes a notorious cat which cannot be arrested by the police. It breaks the human laws and law of gravity. It has the power of levitation, that is, flying above. This power makes a holy man who has the power to levitate wonder at the cat. Second ERC. And when you think he is half asleep, he is always wide awake. Reference, you know, so context I shall say. If you think that Macavity is half asleep, you are mistaken. He is always alert and wide awake. So what's the explanation? He describes about a notorious cat which cannot be arrested by the police. The cat is tall and thin and its eyes are shrunk. It moves its head from one side to the other like a snake. It is a deceitful cat and it pretends to be sleeping. When we think that it is half asleep, it will be fully awake. Third, and his footprints are found in any file of Scotland Yards. Reference, you know, I shall say the context. Macavity's footprints are not found in any file of Scotland Yards because after committing a crime, he will not leave any trace of evidence at the place of crime. So we see here, he describes about a notorious cat which cannot be arrested by the police. It is such an elusive cat that the police could not catch it, though they are sure that Macavity is the criminal. It does not leave any evidence of its presence in the spot of crime. The Scotland Yard police never finds any proof of Macavity's criminal activities. Moving on to fourth ERC. There may be a scrap of paper in the hall or the stairs. Reference, you know, I shall say the context. If a scrap of paper is found in the hall or on the stair, then there is no use in investigating the matter because Macavity will not be found responsible for those acts. Explanation, you see, he describes a notorious cat which cannot be arrested by the police. The poet wants to make it clear that even if the police find some small evidence like scrap of paper in the spot of crime, it is not possible to arrest him. It is useless to try to catch Macavity because he will not be found in that place. Now moving on to the last ERC. He always has an alibi and one or two to spare. So reference, you know, context. Macavity is always using an alibi and sometimes two alibis are also. Hence, when the crimes are discovered, it will be proved that he is not there. So, explanation, you see, he describes a notorious cat which cannot be arrested by the police. Macavity has its own way of escaping from the place of crime. He always has an alibi when he commits a crime. Alibi means a claim that one was elsewhere when a crime was committed. Macavity is good to provide an alibi and has some more alibis in store. Dear students, hope you have understood the poem. Now we shall move on to poetic devices. So turn to page 126 of your textbook so that you can mark as I am saying. Okay, in this poem you see the cat is personified. So Macavity is a mystery cat. He, everywhere he is like that. No, it is personification. Okay, everywhere mostly we have personification. Now you see in the first line. First line you see cat called paw. That a sound, no, Macavity, cat called paw. So we have that vowel sound. So it is known as assonance. The figure of speech is assonance. Paw, called, cat, Macavity, cat. Sound is coming, no? So it is assonance. ASSONANCE. And you see all the stanzas have this AABB rhyme scheme. Okay. The first two lines are having this A, that is, you can see in the first stanza, pa, la. The next one, despair, there. So, A, baby throughout the poem. Okay. Then moving to third line, you see. He is the bafflement of Scotland's Yard. So, here we have two figures of speech. Okay. And this flying squads despair. So, both are metaphors. Okay. Metaphors. Indirect comparison. Then you see, it is over exaggeration. What do you mean by exaggeration? Telling the point in a, that power of, they are saying no, the confusion, total confusion it seems because of that cat's problem. So it is over exaggeration. That is a figure of speech. Moving on to the second stanza, you see. Here also you see, he has broken every human law. He breaks the law of gravity. This is also, you can see, alliteration. This is alliteration. Okay. He, ha sound is repeated. He, human, he. So, this is alliteration. When they ask, you must underline H and show. Then, and everywhere you see macavity, macavity. So, it is repetition. Okay. And his powers of levitation would make a fakir stare. His powers of levitation. I told you levitation means what? The ability to float in air. So, this is over exaggeration, right? It is exaggeration. Okay. Then you find this, moving on to the fourth line, you see. Macavity is not there. Everywhere you see, macavity is not there. In the first stanza also, in the second stanza also, in the third stanza also, you see, macavity is not there. So, we can say it is refrain. R-E-F-R-A-I-N. Refrain means, you know, when we are singing a song, we continue singing and then again we sing the refrain. That is the part which we are singing again and again after each stanza. Okay, so it is a refrain. R-E-F-R-A-I-N. Wherever you find macavity is not there, it is refrain. Okay, figure of speech. Now, we can see in the third stanza, last line. You would know him if you saw him. So, him, him. This is repetition. And in the last line further you see, for his eyes are sunken in. So, you just imagine how his eyes are sunken. Okay. So, it is imaginary, imagery. I-M-A-G-E-R-Y. So, the figure of speech is imagery. Moving on to the fourth stanza, you see. This also you can see imagery. His brow is deeply lined with thought. This is imagery as well as metaphor. Okay. And we see both things are here. His coat is dusty from neglect. His whiskers are uncombed. This also, his whiskers are uncombed. It is imagery. His coat is dusty. That also imagery. You just imagine how it is. Not taking care of its coat, it is dirty. Okay, dusty. The whiskers, you know, they are also not combed. We don't comb it, but it will be neatly arranged. No, here it is not neat. Then, moving on to the third line. He sways his head from side to side with movements like a snake. So, we see movements like a snake. When you find like means it is simile. So, we have only one simile in this poem with movements like a snake. Okay. Now, moving to the next stanza. Macavity, macavity, there is no one like macavity. Again, you see repetition. And also, you will see macavity is not there. That is refrain. That is at the end of the stanza. You can see. Then, for he is a find in felon shape. See, find felon. It is alliteration. Okay, it is alliteration. Then so many alliterations are there. And you see monster of depravity. It is metaphor, indirect comparison. So it is metaphor. Also exaggeration. Okay. Then you see here, you may meet him in a by street. You may see him in the square. So meet, E sound. See, E sound. So it is assonance. Okay, you can see the vowel sounds are repeated. So it is assonance. A-S-S-O-N-A-N-C-E. Okay, then finally you see here Macavity is not there. This is refrain. Already I told you. Now moving to the next stanza. He is outwardly respectable. Usually respectable all we say only for human beings. So this is personification. Okay, he is outwardly respectable, personification. Then they say he cheats at cards. Okay, so that is also personification. Only human beings will cheat and play. Now, and his footprints are not found in any file of Scotland Yards. Here you see footprints, F sound, F. So it is alliteration. You have to underline F, F and show. Okay, then moving on to the next. That is greenhouse glass is broken. Greenhouse glass, alliteration. Okay, then you see the next line, Macavity is not there. It is refrain. Then you see the poet has given some important thing, that is limerick. What do you mean by limericks? Only here we have limerick is a poetry. Okay, poetry is of different forms and types, and one among them is the limerick. L-I-M-E-R-I-C-K. Limerick is a light humorous verse form of 5 lines. See, already we saw 4 lines, but here specifically he has given the lines 1, 2 and 5 are of 3 feet and lines 3 and 4 are of 2 feet. Okay, so the following the rhyme scheme is A-A-B-B-A. The lines 1, 2 and 5 are of 3 feet, means they have the same. Okay, I shall tell you, you will understand. That is stare. Sorry. In the 7th stanza, you see we have the limericks. Okay, you see in the last word repair there. Then you see in the 5th, that is stare. So A is there. Astray way, it is BB. So what is the rhyme scheme? A. Okay, so this is limerick. This is known as limerick, which is found in this poem. Okay, now you see in the 7th stanza, you see greenhouse glass, GG, it is alliteration. Okay, already we have seen. And Macavity is not there, refrain, already we have seen. And the 3rd line you see foreign office, it is also what? Foreign office finds a treaty gone astray. Okay, you see in the last line, office astray. See, foreign office find, FF, no? So it is alliteration. Moving on to the next, you see secret service say, that is also alliteration. Yes. Then Macavity is not there is refrain, you know, I am not telling again and again. Now moving on to the last but one stanza, you see Macavity, there is no one like Macavity, it is repetition. When you have the same word repeated in the same line, it is known as repetition. Okay, then you see the last stanza, he always has an alibi. See, always an alibi. So A sound is repeated, it is assonance. Okay, when repetition of vowel sounds are there, we call it as assonance. So it is assonance. Hope you have understood here. Then Mangojery, Griddlebone, it is allusion. Okay, if they ask you what's the figure of speech, it is allusion, because it is referring to the writings of our poet T.S. Eliot only. He has written in this, it is the characters specialized in petty thefts and mischief in T.S. Eliot's book, Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats. Okay, then moving on to the next line, you see are nothing more than agents for the cat. Agents means we say only for human beings, so it is personification. Agents for the cat, all are cat characters only, so personification. Then you see last line, Napoleon of crime, it is metaphor. Okay, they are comparing the cat to Napoleon, who led the French army. So dear students, hope you have understood the poetic devices of this poem. So read the poem twice so that you will understand, and let me finish the poem now. Okay, thank you.